여러분 감사합니다. 제 채널이 드디어 구독자 500명을 달성했습니다. 앞으로 더욱더 양질의 영상을 만들 수 있도록 정성을 다해서 열심히 해보도록 하겠습니다. 그러면 다음 영상 보러 가십시다. 여러분 안녕하세요. 저는 지금 알바를 끝나고 유튜브 촬영하러 가고 있습니다. 지금은 밤 11시 53분입니다. 제가 인터뷰하려는 친구가 내일 간다고 하더라고요. 그래서 오늘 부랴부랴 늦은 시간에도 불구하고 나오게 되었습니다. 인터뷰하러 가십시오. 하이, 皆さんこんにちは。
どうも。
はい、今日もインタビュー準備しました。今からインタビュー始めましょう。Okay, first, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Mitul Saha, and I'm a college student in America, specifically in Pennsylvania. I'm studying computer engineering at Carnegie Mellon University, and I'm in Japan right now for an internship for 2 months.
Please explain your university for those people who don't know your university much well.
Carnegie Mellon is one of the top 10 institutions in America for engineering, and they're specifically well known for computer science and computer related technology, as well as for drama and acting.
So, how much is your tuition fee?
Tuition is about 60,000, but on top of housing and stuff like that, it usually goes to around $70,000
$70,000
for 2 semesters.
2 semesters. You mean for 1 year?
1 year, yeah.
1 year. Okay. How do you cover your tuition fee?
If you live in the U.S., you can receive some scholarship based on your need for money, but unfortunately, I didn't qualify for that, but I'm still taking some federal government loans to cover the cost.
How much is the interest?
For student loans, the interest is lower than for other types of loans in the U.S. So I guess it can range from 5 to 8%.
5 to 8%.
Yeah, the government loans that you can receive for being a citizen are usually a little higher interest, but because they're from the government, you can they're more lenient with how you pay it back, and people feel safer with the government loans. But if you take private loans, you can maybe get lower interest, but people don't feel less comfortable with private loans.
So most of students get government loan.
Yeah, that's the most common type.
Most common type. I feel 5 to 8% of interest is still too high for me. Is it too high for you?
Usually the interest is much lower while you're still in school, and then once you're done, it becomes higher. So,
what do you mean?
So usually they keep the interest much lower while you're still in the college, but once you're done, once you graduate, then it goes to the higher rate.
Now, how much is your interest?
It's about 2 to 3%.
2 or 3, but after you graduate, the interest will increase.
Yes.
Oh, the interest is not the same.
Yes, but you can sort of negotiate or like talk to them about what would work for you. So there are officers that you can talk to for getting lower loans, or like maybe pushing it back so you can pay over a longer period of time.
Many people can get that kind of loan.
Yes, the federal loans are usually only for people who live in the U.S. So if you're an international student, you have to look to private loans or something. So
Private loan.
yeah.
So the tuition fee is very expensive. So are there many chances to get scholarship?
Usually, the biggest scholarships are for winning some big competitions or something. But there are also ways to get many little scholarships, and if you are a special student, so like good at sports or for something special that not a lot of people do, then that usually helps your chances.
But not that kind of people, just ordinary students. They have many chance to get scholarship.
There are lots of different types of ways to get scholarships. So, and if you're a special identity from a country that doesn't usually come to the U.S., that might help you. Or maybe you could enter like a writing competition, and then if you write something good, then and send that, and if they like it, then maybe that would be good. But big scholarships are usually based on like either your very huge achievements. Yeah, that's usually what it's based on.
Many students cannot get scholarship.
Yeah, the scholarship even within the U.S. usually is based on who is poor can get more scholarship, and rich people is very hard to get.
Not that rich people, just
Or middle class
class
is harder, much harder.
Much harder.
Yeah.
Okay, so most university in the U.S. tuition fee is very expensive compared to other countries. So
Yes.
if you graduate your university, you will have a lot of debts.
Yeah.
How long do you think it will take to pay them off?
So my program is computer engineering, and the average income of people who graduate from that is very high. So I hope that I can pay it off in 4 years or so.
4 years or so. What about other major students?
Yeah, any engineering major or like science, technology related majors, the income for those students is much higher out of school. So I think they will have an easier time paying it off. But I don't recommend going to a very expensive university for like, let's say, art or something. It will be hard to pay off unless you already have the money to do that.
$60,000 a year students when they graduate, so their debts will be,
if they take the full loan.
Yeah.
They will probably, like including interest, they will probably pay a lot, maybe around close to 300,000 maybe total. Yeah.
Could they pay them off?
It's honestly a very big problem in America right now because the cost of college is, I mean, it's high already, but it's still increasing over time. So it's a very big problem. A lot of people spend a long time paying off their loans. And so my advice for people is that you should consider how much money you'll earn after college and your ability to pay the loan before you decide to pay all of that amount. Because like no matter which college you go to, if you work hard, there will be a way to get to good jobs without even going to very expensive college.
So your major is
Computer engineering.
computer engineering. So what is the prospect of computer engineering in US?
I think it's very good right now because computers are becoming more and more of a big part of our lives. It's already very big, and there's lots of different research and companies that are founded on computer principles. So apps for your phone or for computers. Even though computer science and computer engineering are different majors, they often have the same types of jobs. So you can go to research like artificial intelligence, like AI, or more of making computers faster on the other end.
So many students all over the world wants to go university in the US. Do you recommend studying abroad in US? It is recommendable?
I recommend that you kind of research the programs that you want to do. It often depends on what you want to do in the future. So if you expect that you want to go to graduate school, meaning after college maybe you want to study law or get a master's in technology or doctorate or something, that might be an easier process for you because there are a lot more ways to get money for those for later education than it is for earlier. So if you expect that will happen in the future, then maybe practice English and get good at that, and then there will be a lot more opportunities and smaller loans because graduate school only lasts 1 or 2 years. So it's often when you're applying for a job, the last thing you did is the most important. So it doesn't matter where you went to college, as long as maybe you went to graduate school in America, and that's the only thing they will really consider.
Last time we talked about America's university system. You recommend studying abroad in Europe compared to America's university. What kind of merit do Europe university have?
Europe has a lot of different types of university, and they're all internationally recognized to be very good. But beyond that, the obvious reason that would be good is their prices are often half of what you would pay to go to the US. So you would save a lot of money by getting and still get a very good education. And if your focus is speaking in English, a lot of their universities are like purely English. Obviously, the ones in Britain would be in English, but even outside of that too. Because Europe, you probably know, they speak a lot of languages because all the countries are next to each other.
Yeah.
Travel a lot. So
Where are you from?
I was born in Bangladesh, but my family moved to America when I was 5, so I don't remember it very well. My family is living in New York, but I'm studying in Pennsylvania.
So we are Asian.
Yeah.
When I think about the US, my first thought is there any racism or discrimination towards Asian people?
So I think in your daily life, you will not really encounter it because there's so many different races in America. Everyone thinks this is normal, especially in if you go to a city life or an urban area. I would say there's pretty much no racism. But when hiring for jobs or like applying for universities, and this is not racism, but it is actually more policy to try to include more types of people. So if you'll notice that even though Asians are only like 5% of the US population, they're much higher in the bigger universities and stuff, and try to include more African American or Latino community. So it can be harder because there's a lot of more competition. But in your daily life, I think it's a very nice place to live in terms of discrimination. It's very, very low. I personally don't experience it very.
One more opinion is that is it safe to live in the US because there are so many shooting accidents?
I personally think that a lot of the fear is increasing because the media is reporting it more often, or they're better able to report it now. Because if you look at statistics, it's still going down in terms of huge population. Like the population increasing, but relative to that, the amount of homicide is decreasing. It could be the case that the amount of mass killing is maybe there's more of them per year, but the total number of people dying from crimes is still going down.
So you think it's safe to live?
I think it's a very safe place to live. I mean, obviously you want to check the area more so than just saying all of America is safe. It's a very big place. So but I think any part of the big cities or particular places to live are very safe.
Last question. Okay, including me, so many people, including many Koreans and many other countries, students want to enter the University of US. So we imagine what is it like, the university life in US. So I wanted to ask that, what does it mean for you as a being university student in the US?
Okay. I guess the university experience in the US, it varies a lot based on which one you go to. But personally, the school that I go to is very diverse. There's lots of international students coming to Carnegie Mellon, and I think the fact there are so many different cultures and races and people from all over the world and even in the US is very nice because you can meet people from everywhere just within the same place that you're living. And it's nice to be able to communicate with all of that, and at the same time you have the common interest of whatever you're studying. I guess I talked about Carnegie Mellon as a very technology-centered school, but they have a lot of different types of studies, so it's not that you only see people from what you're studying. There's still other people studying art, drama, or history, or all kinds of things. So it's a very nice experience to be in a diverse community.
It is good for you to enter the University of US.
I think it was a good decision for me, but I guess maybe it's a little biased because I live in the US, so I could not imagine going to a different outside of the US for a university.
Lastly, for those who watching this video, so last word, please.
I encourage everyone to consider all of their options when thinking about university or college, but I definitely think if you want to come to the US, then learning English should be a priority for you. And beyond that, I think learning English and having experiences with lots of international people will be helpful in career and lead to more fulfilling life. Be a fun experience. So good luck.
Okay.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you for joining this interview. Thank you.
Thank you.